Welcome friends! Hi, my name is Annette and I am excited today to be working on a little craft inspired by heavily scrap lifting Allie Edwards and her December daily advent calendar that she created from the advent calendar cards, this year's release. So in the past, a little about me, I really love advent calendars, all things counting down. And in the past, I did a cheer wall that was super fun, taking a lot of the different supplies from the kit and made our own little, advent calendar on the wall. Saw Allie's this year. I thought, I might want to try that. I decided not to purchase the advent calendar add-on packs so that I could instead get this numbers set and tried to stick to my budget, but I really wanted to play with the stamps this year, and so I thought, well, maybe I'll try it. So I tried a few stamps last night, and some were better impressions than others. I found that working on the back, I think, of this is a basil cardstock, and this one has a canvas texture on the front, so I'm just working on the back. And I know if you have other paper that you love to use with stamping, that's great. Also, the texture one can give you that kind of different textured look, which I really like too. So I'm going to try it on the back first. I think I'm going to go with that. If I'm not having good luck with getting good impressions, I'm just going to go with the canvas texture, I think. because, because then it's like, all right, I want that kind of vintagey look. So so that's what I'm going to attempt to do today is, let me show you. I would say go to allieedwards.com and I will have a link there for you. But if you can kind of see here on the phone, that's the idea of it, is the advent calendar with the shakers. So I'm going to go maybe with numbers 1 through 25. I'm thinking I'm going to hang these as a big banner, like a bunch of snowballs. So I'm being inspired by all things Buddy the Elf this year, and this would be fun to make snowballs. So to have some fun elf adventures. So other things I'm going to do is, so I've got my cardstock. I trimmed one down to 4x4 because Allie used a 3.5-inch circle punch, and I think that's probably the size I'm going to go with. I do have a 3-inch metal die that kind of could work too, but I think the 3.5-inch would give me space if I'm going to attempt to stitch these like she did. If it doesn't work, I'm just going to keep it at without the sequins and all that, and just go for it. The other things I have here, I've got a stamping block, and you can get those at allieedwards.com. I pulled out all my inks last night to see, this isn't all of my inks, right? I pulled out some inks to see which ones I liked, whether I wanted to go with black or red. And I think I'm going with the red. This is Redwoods. I got it this year with the bundle with my supplies this year. But I thought the black was really pretty too. And of course you could emboss. If you really want to emboss these, that would be fun. You could do like glitter embossing. And maybe I'll do that too. Who knows? Let's see. The other thing, so I've got the number stamp set. This is from this year's release. And I've got cardstock, the stamping, the cleaning up. I'm trying out, this is the stamp chamois. Also, Allie Edwards carries this by Lawn Fawn on her site. And I had this extra bowl, and it has a lid on it. So it kind of keeps it wet. Things dry out here in the desert. So it dries out, I just re-wet it, and then I've got a place to wipe it off. I also have an extra sheet here to stamp off as well. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and attempt to stamp one of these numbers on this. If this method works for me, I'm hopeful if I do get the stamp set or the punch. This one is a square. I'm hopeful that the 4 inches I can kind of align it over and still be able to punch. There'll be enough space around it. We'll see. This is the most economical as far as like getting the most out of my 12 by 12 cardstock, because I can get 12 on one page. Just kidding. I can get 9 on one page. So yeah, so I can get 9 on one page, and hopefully that will help me. So, all right, let's get started. Okay, so different ways to do this. You could go press it onto it. I'm just gonna do this method. It's a pretty juicy stamp because it's brand new. So it's probably going to give me the bubbles and all that. But we will see. I'm going to try this method, and if it doesn't work, I'll try something else. Oh my gosh, it worked. Yay! Alright, so I'm just stamping off here. You can also just take your stamp chamois and wipe it off here. Helpful to do because you'll get red ink all over your white cardstock. Or at least I will. So I want it relatively clean as I move on to my next one. So okay, so there I did a 25. It seemed to work. I don't know for sure if I always need to washi tape it down or not, but that worked. I like that clean, a good impression on there. And then what I'm going to do is just work through the numbers and have some fun stamping. Okay, so just wrapping up for tonight. Lost my light, but that's okay. That's how it's going to be in December. And I'm excited that you hung in there with me and stamped some numbers 1 through 25 using the Ali Edwards December Daily number stamp set, as well as the Ali Edwards Redwoods ink onto just some white cardstock that I have. And I cut them out into 4 by 4 inches. Hopefully I'm going to be able to cut these down into the 3.5 inch circles and then stitch around them like Ali does or did, and then make them into an advent calendar for us. I think this will be a really fun way. I envision just using like string and little clothespins or something like that, but we'll see. Envisioning these being little snowballs. So and with lots of fun activities thanks to Ali and that awesome PDF. So I will hopefully get the other supplies and then make more progress on our advent calendars. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Hi friends, welcome back. It's Annette here, and I thought I would pop in and share with you where I'm at with this little project and where I'm hoping to go with it. So as you can see from the previous section of the video, I did stamp out a bunch of the red numbers from the stamp set from Ali Edwards. Okay, so I got the 3.5 inch circle punch here from Marvy And I got this from Amazon using the link on Ali Edwards' YouTube video for this. And then I'll see if I can link it as well. But it works really well. But I think what works best is to go ahead and use it on a 4x6 because it's easier to place. That's one of the tips. See how much easier that is to find and decide where you want to punch it. You can slide it in and out. You have a little more control over it. But this one, you can do it. You just have to kind of play with it more, I guess you could say. That is a nice thing about punches, is you can kind of see where you want to indeed punch. Okay, so that's pretty good. You can see there it is. Maybe I stamped a little high. There's just not a whole lot of room there. That's about as far down as it gets, so, which is fine. It would be absolutely fine if that was my number. But, okay, so, sidetrack. So one of the things I realized, and maybe it took me a minute to realize it, red is beautiful and awesome. And I'm going to go ahead and probably cut them, punch them all out for the red. But what I realized was, guess what you can do? With a stamp set, you can customize your colors. So, so I had fun playing around. I was like, oh yeah, I could do a different color than red and that could be fun. So I got some of the colors out. I went and tried some pink. So if you wanted to do a festive, fun, colorful, and do different colors, you could absolutely do that. So you could have a mixture of colors. You could do blues. You could add all these different colors in, which would be so fun, right? Almost like Christmas lights of different colors. So that's one of the things. It's really fun, but sometimes too many options. I'm like, ah. But what I really loved when I was putting them all together, this year it's kind of like a little tribute to Elf. Around here, we're doing the 20th year celebration of Elf, and I'm kind of sprinkling in, layering in different nods to Elf this year. So I fell in love with the green. I just think it's really, really pretty, and it's just what I think I might go with. So putting up my other stamp colors here, and I think I'm going to restamp all those numbers with green, and then go and proceed from there. So join me if you would love to for the next section of video. If you've already seen the stamping and you want to move ahead, totally fine with that. And I hope I can get these done before December 1. We'll see. If not, I'll get them done eventually, right? So I'm excited about this though. I love the green. I tested it out where I'm going to be hanging it, and I love the red and the green, I think, the most for where I'm using them this year. What's fun is you could always change it up next year and do a different color. So it's all good. Just, enjoy the journey, right? All right, so here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and restamp these in green. And I'm going to be using, as I was cleaning out a bunch of stuff this fall, I was going through some of my old Project Life cards, and these were some filler packs that they sold of just white cardstock with this rounded corner, and it's 4x6, so it's perfect for my purposes here for stamping on them, and I think it will be a little easier to punch them all out. Okay, so that's the plan so far, is to go ahead and re-stamp these numbers in green this time using the Mackenzie stamping ink from Ali Edwards onto some white 4x6 sized cardstock, and then I will be punching them out with the ginormous Marvy 3.5 inch circle punch. So join me if you would like, and hope you enjoy. So I took a break from stamping because I wanted to make sure that I was getting the stamping in a good enough spot to be able to do the punching and not too close to the edge. One way you could potentially, you know, keep in mind of where your stamping is you could punch one out and then use that sort of as a template if you would like. That could definitely work, you know, because then you can kind of figure out for sure where you want that. You're not stamping too close to one edge where you're not going to be able to punch it out. So that actually might be a good little tip there. It's a, you know, stamp with a little template sort of thing. So, okay. So yeah, I wanted to just, I guess, make sure that I was, before I just stamped everything, I wanted to make sure it was going to work. Since I do have the punch now, where before I didn't have it, so I just was having fun stamping. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be good. You just slide the card into where you want to punch it. One tip you can do is, you know, squeezing here to do the punch. It's a pretty big punch. So if you want to, another way you could do this is kind of put that tension on it, preload it to where you want it to be. The challenge with this is keeping it in that preloaded position so it doesn't move, and you could take it and boom, put your muscle into it. So it might protect the hands a little bit actually, and the fingers. So it's kind of great. I love that, especially if you're going to do a lot of these. It might be helpful. And so yeah, this one actually had a little bit, you know, I stamped it a little bit closer to the center, so it had plenty of room around it, whereas this one, when I centered it up, it was a little off to the side. So that's just something to keep in mind. It might be helpful as you get punching and stamping and punching. So I'm going to punch the rest of these out, and then I'm going to keep stamping. And yeah, so if you don't want to preload it, you can just, I would say, use that. But you are using your, you know, your flexor tendons there. So, woo! Look at that guy. All right, so there's 22 punched out. They're so fun. It's fun to see this little pile grow. I didn't realize how fun that would be to see the little pile grow instead of only stamping. It's actually fun to see them in the circle form. I like it. Thanks for this fun project, Allie. I love it. I hope I can do I'm so nervous about using the sewing machine that I have put off doing this. Let's see. This is the one I was worried about. I was thinking, I think I stamped it a little too close. It can be saved, I think. Let's see if I can save it. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's good. Oops. Let's see what that one looks like. 20. Looks all right. Looks all right. Okay, so I got those done. I have 12. I did all the 2s. So let's go ahead and get these done. Cute. There we go. Looking so cute. Okay, I have a 5 in here too. All right. I guess I should probably make sure they dry too, so I don't get any green on me. But it looks like they're drying pretty quickly, so I think this is still an okay process or approach to take. Okay. All right, so I have some of those punched. Next, I'm going to go through use my 1 here and go through the ones. Okay, so hoping to finish up this before I lose all my light. But I just finished stamping and hopefully they're all dry. That wasn't the smartest thing. Yeah, I think they're all dry. Okay, so next what I'm going to be doing is continue to punch these out, and then I'm excited to move onward to the next step. I'm going to be doing the stitching and the filling up of the shakers, if it's going to work. If it doesn't work, that's okay. But I'm loving the green. This is the Mackenzie green from Allie Edwards. Okay, onward. Let's do some punching. Okay, so thank you for hanging out with me today. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and end here for part 1 of this video. The next phase will be making these into shakers if I so choose, if the sewing machine works out. If not, I'm just going to probably use them like they are, add the pattern paper to the back, and just call it good. So, my review of the number stamp set from Allie Edwards. I love it. It probably is one of, if not my favorite stamp set that they have released. It's just a great size, great font. I love the mixture of the number sizes there a little bit. It's just a touch of whimsy, but not so much that it's overwhelming. It's still classic. It's just really, really beautiful. If you can get your hands on it, I would highly recommend this one. It's really nice. I also really enjoyed the this green Mackenzie ink from Allie Edwards. It dried really well and pretty quickly on this paper. Just depends on the paper that you're using. And then I also really liked, this is like, I'm still getting used to the stamp shamming, but I'm like, how do I ever live without it now? I love it so much. It's so good. It's so easy to clean the stamps in between. I stamped off some, and then I thought I had another scrap paper. I thought, oh, I could make one of those, you know, stamping off pages where it's random numbers maybe. If not, it's just fun to do that with your extra ink there. And then the Mongo Mega Ginormous Mega Circle Punch here, the 3.5 inch punch from Marvy. It held up well. I did all of this. I got the alignment off on just one with my technique of turning it over and using my arms down versus pulling. But I just did a variety, and wrists seem to be all right now. We'll see how they feel tomorrow. But yeah, I think it's a fun craft to do, and I'm excited. And I just had Christmas music on, and I just really enjoyed doing this part. It was nice. It helped me slow down and just focus on being present. I really, really enjoyed that, probably the most out of all of it. So, all right, I'm losing my light here. I think what I'm going to do is sign off of this part 1 of stamping all the numbers, and then start working on getting ready for my part 2. And hopefully I can film that tomorrow and move onward. Get this cute little advent calendar up. Like I said, if I don't make it into shakers, then I don't even know if I need pattern paper on the back. I'm a pretty simple person, so white with it might be just fine with me too. But I think I will go dig through some of my paper scraps from past December dailies and see what I can find. And I think it would be a great way to use those up too. thanks again for joining me on this first like official process video. I know it's not a layout, but it's still, I'm just still getting used to putting stuff together and making stuff. So thanks for joining me on this journey, and I hope that this inspires you to get making stuff too. If you'd like to, go ahead and like and subscribe. I appreciate your support, and I'm just so excited to be making stuff. I'm pretty pumped about this to have a place to share it, and a little anxiety getting going, but I'm hoping that as I keep working on it, then I'll get better and it's all good, right? So thanks again for being here. Thank you for your support, and excited to see you in part 2 of this little video of making this advent calendar, a template idea, all of it inspired by or following along with Allie Edwards. And please check her channel out. It's Allie Edwards and allieedwards.com. Thanks so much. We'll see you soon.